the southwestern corner of Terrell County. So this is now getting into the heart of southwest Georgia. We're getting out of Calhoun, going into Terrell, southeastern corner of Randolph County. We're going to do it, not only we'll show you the polygon, but we will do a track on this too. Several more counties now included in the tornado warning till 10:30. There's the debris signature also showing up more brightly.
Chris, I would almost say, I don't want to say it, but I kind of want to. Tornado emergency, I would say, for Morgan County, or not for Calhoun County, I'm sorry. If you're in Morgan right now, get down and get in shelter right now. This is a strong tornado right over Commissary Hill right now.
Yep, that it just updated. The intensity has gone down a little bit, but it's still quite, I mean, this is the worst debris signature we have seen here of any of the storms. So that means, yeah, this thing is packing a punch, and it's moving north and east at about 60 miles per hour. So Morgan, 10 o'clock, please seek shelter immediately. You got 6 minutes to get into the interior portion of your home. You want to get away from the windows and doors, get as low as you can. Put something over top of you like a mattress, anything that will protect you from falling debris. Helmets, I know a lot of folks do that, bicycle helmets, motorcycle helmets, something to protect your head from falling debris, because this is an intense tornado, most likely in the range of EF2, probably, and we can't guess until we do a survey, but this is an intense tornado. Also Singleton Junior High School, Corduroy's Mill, so those locations are noted there. We've got Corduroy Church, also Gillionville, and Cherry Hill School and Clark's Mill. Those are other areas that go from about 10:05 to 10:10. So you do have a little extra time there, but in Morgan, you do not have much more than 5 minutes, if not even that much time, because this is moving fast. The radars are updating, 2-3 minutes? And if it's moving 60 miles per hour, it's going to move a mile a minute. So you hear people talking a mile a minute. This is moving a mile a minute. So it's going to be on top of you right in the next few minutes. Please seek shelter immediately. This is a powerful tornado that very well could cause catastrophic damage, but also loss of life. You want to seek shelter immediately with this tornado. Tornado warning right now for the heart of Calhoun County. Please seek shelter immediately. This is a dangerous situation with a strong debris signature, tornado debris signature that has luckily weakened a little bit, but it's still there. And there's still stuff being lofted in the air. You don't want to be outside, obviously, and this is heading towards Calhoun County, and we do have the tornado warning continuing to progress north and east. You got more information?
Yeah, let me take a look at velocity right now and show you that. And let's take a look down at this tornado warning still for parts of Miller County. Let me take the warning off and go back to the radar. This one, yeah, I mean, it looks like there's an indentation right here south of Colquitt, but again, the main show in town, the main game in town is going to be that one over here in Morgan County, or not Morgan County, in Calhoun County, heading toward the Morgan area. And again, let's take a look at the debris signature, and there it is, and it still looks like it's just north of Highway 62 here. So Commissary Hill, just north and east of there. Let me turn that radar off that's trying to go to. It's trying to go to the one out of Robbins Air Force Base. It's way too far away for it. And here we go. There we go. Now that way it won't change. So looks like it's going to maybe thread the chute between Morgan and Leary. So Highway 37 goes between Morgan and Leary, comes out from Clay County into Calhoun County. So if you take a look right now at the screen right now, again, it's Highway 62 right about here. All right, this is Highway 62 that comes up to Leary, right now. Again, just to the north of there, we're going to see this tornadic circulation heading off toward the northeast here. Morgan is right here, the county seat of Calhoun County. Here's Leary right here toward the east. It's going to really go on 37 between Morgan and Leary, and it could already be there. I mean, this thing is moving 70 miles an hour, so it could already be right about here. Williamsburg Road, the main road that comes out down from Morgan and goes south. Corduroy's Mill is right here, and up on the top of the screen here, this right here is Terrell County, this right here is Randolph County, this right here is Doherty County. Get your bearing straight here. This right here is Calhoun County. Edison is right there, Morgan is right there, Highway 37 comes down toward the Leary area. So here is your tornadic debris signature. TDS means tornadoes on the ground producing damage, heading off toward the northeast here. And here's your times. Corduroy Church 10:06, Gillionville 10:09. Gillionville is right there in the northwestern corner of Doherty County, not Gillionville Road, so don't panic if you're in Albany right now. If you're in Albany, you're okay from this. You're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination from severe weather, but not from this storm here. You're going to cross Williamsburg Road in the northeastern part of Calhoun County, and then come out into Terrell County here, and Highway 520 and 82 is right here. So Sasser's right about here. You got Sasser here, Dawson up here. So if it stays on the ground, it's going to be a problem for Terrell County here in the next probably 15 minutes or so. So a very quick moving storm here, moving at about 60, 70 miles an hour. And again, we have one warning. This warning right here, you can X that out. This is the old warning for this storm right here in Calhoun County. Just the south and west of Morgan, heading off toward the east-northeast here. And again, the entire area, really from the Macon area down toward Americus, under a severe thunderstorm warning. The good news, though, this line right here, if you're west of that, you're all clear. If you're in Clay County right now, you're all clear. If you're in Cuthbert, you're all clear. If you're in Georgetown, Quitman County, you're all clear. If you're in Blakely, you're all clear. So we can start giving some good news to people, but we do have some bad news and some dangerous storms here. Tornado warning goes until 10:30 for parts of Calhoun County, the southwestern or southeastern corner, I should say, of Randolph County, not for Shellman, not for Cuthbert, and again, the southwestern corner of Terrell County, not for Dawson, not for Sasser, not for Parrott either, and the northwestern corner of Doherty. And Chris, I'm not sure, are the warnings, are the sirens countywide in Doherty, are they
Countywide.
okay, so if you're hearing a siren or you got an alarm going off in Doherty County and Doco, it's not for Albany proper. It's just for the northwestern corner of Doherty County here. It's not for Albany, not for Putney, not for those areas to the east here. And again, moving all toward the northeast, toward the Leary area, Clarksville, 1022 Eastern time. And again, there's those areas of storms right there. And again, the warning goes until 10:30 for parts of those counties. Chris?
Yeah, I just did a more broad-looking track. Just looking at the radar, the velocity has diminished somewhat. So that's some good news. So we'll go to the velocity here as we zoom into this. I don't see quite the rotation on this storm any longer. So that's some good news. I'll take the polygons off. Here it's, how do you force the right radar?
Oh, clear.
You were doing it.
And yeah, I got you. Yeah, we got the one radar out of Americas, but it's kind of
too far away.
Kind of in, yeah, too far away, kind of in the lurch right now. So we'll take that off and give you the next red radars.
Thank you, sir. First time using the radar today, so outside of the morning show. But yeah, we don't have the same rotation. Now, I can put this into the future mode. Watch this. We're going to zoom out and watch this come through where the rotation was at its most intense, was right there. See that? Right there near Damascus, maybe a little southwest of Damascus as it moved through Highway 27. And so I'll point it out for you. It's this location right here. This was, a little while ago. So that location, I'll do it with this, that's where the rotation was at 9:43. And then we put it into motion here. You can see the rotation lifts north towards Morgan. We are still seeing some rotation. It's just not quite as intense as it once was. So let's see if we see any debris. The debris signature seemed to have wound down too.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at it right now from Rucker and over from Robbins, and all the radars around. Looks like it has kind of tamped down a lot.
You were taking off that one radar. Let's see if we can. There we go. All right, so here we go. Zooming out. Just not seeing the same type of intensity, but we still have a tornado warning, so we don't want to discount that. We still have it going on. The polygon has, hold on a second, the polygon has shrunk immensely here. There's some good news there. So the polygon on this storm has shrunk. We're going to do a new track on this. So the polygon has shrunk a little bit. Morgan still included. Also, Acock Mill, Clark's Mill, and this goes until 10:30.
10:30, yep. It looks like right here, this might be where the circulation is right here. You see a little bit of a weaker signature inside that. It looks like a little donut hole. We call that a BWER. That's a nerd term for a bounded weak echo, which means something is pushing it up, which isn't causing the rainfall to be as heavy as what's around it. So this little S shape right here between Morgan and Lear, around 37 right now. So this probably be where the circulation would be. And if there is a tornado, and that's a big if right now, this would be where it would be. Heading to the northeast and northeastern parts of Calhoun County, and then really it's going to clip the northwestern corner of Doherty and then the southwestern corner of Terrell. I think Randolph, you're fine. I think it's going to be mainly a Calhoun, Terrell, maybe Doherty problem here. And again, northwestern Doherty. If I said Doherty and you're in Albany and your ears perked up, it's not for Albany yet, not for the Albany metro area. It's to the northwestern corner of Doherty County, the very rural area here, west of Pretoria, near the Gillianville area, and then Clarks Mill. And again, the part of Terrell County here is not for Sasser. Sasser's right here on 520. Dawson's right here. Parrott's right here. So really not for that 520-82 corridor yet either. It's going to be right about here. And might not extend that warning here either with the way the storm's kind of weakened here. It looks like it's gotten a lot less circulation-wise, Chris.
Yeah, and we're still watching this other tornado warning near Colquitt. They still have it up there. I don't know if that's not as intense with the rotation. Let's take the broader view here as far as the. I'm going to take all the watches and warnings out real quick here. Okay. Take the watches and warnings. I wanted to do a track on this entire squall line first. So you can see that's the squall line. We have been tracking that squall line out of Alabama. Initially, we had the showers and storms. We had the showers and storms this morning that outran it, and one of them did move into southwest Georgia. But there's a squall line that was as 9:34.
Sorry
you
about
can
that.
see we're still tracking this tornado warning. We got 2 tornado warnings. Both of them do look like they have weakened pretty considerably, but we still don't want to put our guard down until those storms pass by. So we are watching the storms that are moving through. We do have a confirmed tornado in Arlington observed by the Weather Service. Obviously, that we saw that live when we were on the air. But here is a new tornado warning. This new?
Oh, yeah, it's like for Decatur. Yeah, it's like a new warning
Bainbridge.
for Decatur County. Oh,
Yeah.
man. So it's like we're not done yet. I was trying to get a path on that squall line, but Max doesn't want to cooperate with me. So new warning here for Decatur County. Let's zoom on down to that real quick and show you who's in and who's out of that warning. It's for the northern half of Decatur. Looks like it includes Bainbridge. So it includes Bainbridge. Does not include Attapulgis, Amsterdam down there toward the south, toward the Florida border. Doesn't include Faceville. Doesn't include that area down there toward Woodruff Dam or toward the base of Lake Seminole. But does include really the northern part of Decatur County. Let's show the velocity product real quick and zoom into that. And again, it's one of those little notches right here. Let's take the warnings off so you can see the actual, you can see the radar. And there it is. Man, that's pretty impressive right here. And here's rotation right here, going toward and away from the radar out of Tallahassee here. So there it is, just to the west of Bainbridge, moving off toward the northeast. Let me see the forward speed on this one. This is moving toward the northeast at around, sorry about that, let me pull up my radar.
It's moving, yeah, I got it. It's moving to the north and east at 50 miles per hour.
Okay.
So not moving quite as fast as the storms earlier. At one time they were moving 70, then they were moving 60, now they're moving at 50. Which is still fast. I mean, it's just not, Interstate 75 speed, but it's still a good clip moving into the Bainbridge area, as we showed you there with the West Bainbridge and West Bainbridge Middle School about 1011, 1012. We've got Prosperity Church around 1021, Parker Courthouse around 1024, 1025 in Grant Chapel, Veda 1027, said it right. 1029 Spring Hill Church, that'll be in your location. So please seek shelter. This is one of these quick spin-up tornadoes. It's got a very good signature right now. May not last, which would be great, but it may last a little bit longer. So these locations, you need to seek shelter. We've already have one confirmed tornado in our area near Morgan. So far confirmed. There may be more. A number of confirmed tornadoes in Florida and Alabama already. So this has come to fruition. This is a severe weather outbreak like we expected. Hopefully these are lower-end tornadoes, not EF3 tornadoes. I don't think they are, which we, of course, had in 2017. We had 2 EF3 tornadoes. That's as strong as any tornado has ever been in South Georgia, EF3. 165-mile-per-hour winds, and the one in Albany. And then the one in Adel was about 150. So those 2 tornadoes are the ones, in my mind, since I've been here, that have been the most destructive and the most powerful. So far, hopefully we're not dealing with that, but again, this is very close to Bainbridge. I mean, this is, it's going to be hitting parts of Bainbridge, Highway 84. This is coming right towards Bainbridge. Their rotation is showing up again. Get a little kinks on this line. The winds are blowing in, and then all of a sudden you get a little spin up. It just takes one of these to have a bad day. As I mentioned, a lot of folks say, well, nothing happened. I know a lot of people who always say, well, nothing happened. You guys overblew the thing. Well, if it doesn't happen to you, nothing happened. But if it happens to your neighbors off to the west by a couple counties, then it happened. And what we're seeing right now is a signature that is showing some rotation, although good news, looks like it's weakening a little bit. Do we see a debris signature so far? Not seeing much, just a little bit of here towards Bainbridge. We're going farther north and west. We're pulling onto the Americas radar site right now, which is still kind of on its idea. Remember that radar is different than the rest of the radar, so the fact that stuff disappears is because it's a shorter range radar. So it'll pick up stuff that's close to it, but the farther away it won't. So there it is.
We had a second touchdown, looks like, Chris, right east of Morgan. You see the signature kind of go away here, and then you see it become more well-defined right there, right there. So it looks like right around 37 between Morgan and Leary had a second touchdown here in eastern Calhoun.
Road. Yeah, Greenhouse Road is the road. It looked like we had another debris signature. So that's the latest one. That's the latest scan we have. It's still showing a little bit of debris, and that's now coming into the northwest corner of Doherty and the southern part of Terrell County.
Yep. Yeah, let's put a path cast on this just in case it cycles up again. And here we go. So the confirmed tornado right now is in the northeastern corner of Calhoun County, heading toward really the southern part of Terrell County. So it's really northeastern Calhoun. It's right near the Leary area, I believe, or near the Harrod area. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, it's near Harrod. It's right near the Harrod area right now in northeastern Calhoun County, and looks like it's going to clip maybe the northwestern corner of Doherty, far, far, far away from the city of Albany, and then moving off toward the northeast. And if it stays down, it'll be a threat for Sasser along the Highway 520 corridor there around 1020, 1021, Chris.
Yeah, and if it holds true, it'll maybe even clip the western portions of Lee County, Armina being in Lee County at 1022. Again, this is a storm that had looked like it weakened some and then has rotated back up. So please seek shelter in these locations. 1015, Houston. Now you said Houston because you're from Alabama. You get the Alabama. It's Houston here. Houston Grove Church, Mount Mary Church at 1018. Chickasawhatchee around 1019, Sasser and Sasser Commercial 1021, Historic District, and then Armina 1022. If it holds together, Armina again is in Lee County. So if you ever travel out of Albany towards Sasser, Armina comes first. You won't see a sign for it, but it's there, and it does include the western portions of our Lee County and Highway 82 there, Highway 520.
May lost it a bit here. Here it is right here, and you see it's a lot less defined than it was even a few minutes ago. So maybe some good news for Terrell and northwestern Doherty.
Yeah, that's some good news, but again, we'll need to watch it because these storms, this whole line just keeps popping. What's that in Duker there? You see that?
Yeah. Oh man, let's see if that's co-located with the circulation. And let me run that back a little bit. Let's run it back and see. And
if it's just it
might just be an artifact there, I think. But let's see if it's the same place as velocity. Don't think it is. Oh, that's the same radar that we're trying to get away from. Hang on. Let's go to the radar here and look at that. All right. So again, let's take a look down this Decatur County storm. That's just to the north of Bainbridge here. You see a little indentation right here. Take the watch warning map off, and it's just to the north of the Bainbridge area right now, moving off toward the east-northeast. So let's put a path on that. Moving on off toward about 60 miles an hour. So again, Veda 620 or 1026, Branchville 1034, Mizpah Primitive Baptist Church at 1034 here. So again, here's an indentation right now in the northern part of Decatur County. It looks like it's cross Highway 84 and is in really the northern corner of the city of Bainbridge.
That warning has been extended now to Terrell and Lee County.
Okay.
So a new tornado warning until 11 o'clock till Terrell and Lee County. The extension of that one that we had seen the debris signature on several times now, confirmed near Harrod and Morgan. We have a new tornado warning for Lee County and Terrell County that has just popped up. Here's the latest information. Severe thunderstorm warning capable of producing a tornado located 7 miles south of Dawson. It's a radar-indicated rotation, so it's not confirmed, but we've been tracking this one, and we've had the debris signature pop up several times. So flying debris, please seek shelter immediately. Locations within this would be Chokey, Stocks, Forester, Palmyra, Clarks Mill, Dawson Municipal Airport, Sasser, Oliver Mill, Miami, and Chickasawhatchee. So we've mentioned some of those places already, but now we have a tornado warning. So you want to get inside the lowest level of your house, interior portion of your building, away from the windows and outside doors, and try to seek shelter immediately as this storm is now moving into Lee and Terrell County. So this storm, again, is radar indicated. So this is the lowest level threat. When you think of tornado, we got the tornado warning. We've got the tornado debris signature we've had a couple times now. And at one point we thought we'd have a tornado emergency, but so far we haven't heard that that's the case.
Chris, you know what they're doing here, I think? Look, this warning is for pretty much all of Terrell and pretty much all of Lee. I think this is the whack-a-mole game now. These storms can produce a tornado at any point in time. So I think they've got the entirety of Lee County under tornado warning just because we might see these little spin-up tornadoes here at any point in time.
Yeah, and this is an area notorious before we had the Americas radar. This is probably the first real severe weather outbreak that we've had since we got this Americas radar. This is an area notorious for missed tornadoes because this is just in a dead zone between the sites in Fort Norvasel, which we talked about. We're talking about radar sites by the National Weather Service, the Warner Robins radar site, the Tallahassee radar site, the Moody Air Force Base radar site. It's really kind of in an area that's dead, so maybe they're trying to fill in that. I do think they have the ability to get the Americas radar, so I do believe they have that. I know we do, but they just want to fill it in. And you're right. You're dead on right, because that's a large tornado warning that doesn't really make sense in the direction it's moving either. It's moving north and east, and they have it going west to east, unless it's right turning on us, but I don't think that's the case. They're trying to just make sure that this is, since this has had a history of tornadoes, well, we got a little bit of wind in here. So these storms are starting to really move in here in Albany. It's 10:15. 10:15 in the morning. We told you 10:30. We're pretty much on track. This is going to come in right at 10:30. The modeling was really good on this squall line, which is a larger area. It's always going to be better on anything that's bigger. The supercell storms were smaller. It didn't do a good job on picking those up, but it's doing a great job on timing this out. So we do have a tornado warning for Lee County and Terrell County. Please seek shelter. Into your hallway, interior room. Again, this line of storms has had a history of producing tornadoes. There is some rotation still showing within that line, and with that line coming through Terrell and Lee County, that storm has had a history of producing tornadoes, at least in 2 locations now, with tornado debris signatures coming in. So there's, again, the radar site from Americas, which, again, doesn't go as far, but it does pick up. There we go. We're getting some.
I'm trying to get higher up, and some. The Americas radar sometimes works if you go with a higher tilt, but it's still not showing really what's in Terrell right there. So let me go to the other the Weather Service radars.
Okay.
There we go.
So so we are still seeing some rotation there in Terrell and Lee County. But the big story here is that this entire line of storms is really severe, whether it be tornadic with winds of over 100 miles per hour, or whether it be straight line winds with winds at least over 70 miles per hour. It's still going to be destructive. You need to seek shelter, please, in Lee County, Terrell County, and really now in Dougherty County. Here in Albany, we're definitely hearing a lot more wind and some of the rafters being lifted up here. So please seek shelter, and we're starting to hear thunder too. This is the first time we've heard thunder here at WALB. So the worst of the storms are now moving through the heart of the Flint River Valley, right into Albany, right down to Bainbridge. Please seek shelter immediately in these locations. Bainbridge still under a tornado warning, right?
Yeah, and I think we need to watch out. Looks like right here, Chris, look near the Faithful area. I have another circulation going right now. It's like I might have 2 circulations in Decatur County. Let's show you where these are. It looks like we have one that's not warned yet near Faceville, Highway 97, and then this one right here that was warned for that's north of Bainbridge. So we got 2 right here on 97, one just to the west of the Woodruff Dam in the southern part of the county, which will really split the balance between Bainbridge and Attapulgos on 27, heading over toward the Climax area, and then another one in the northern part of the county here, heading on off toward the east-northeast. Let's put eyes on this one down here near Faceville, just in case. It's going to be an issue for Grady County there in a few minutes here. So again, Foul Sound 1026. Climax 1035, Wiggum 1041, Grady County Hospital, which is in Cairo 1047 there. And again, that's the southern circulation. The northern circulation looks like it's on Highway 27 right about now to the north of Bainbridge. Let's put eyes on that one and take it off toward the northeast here. And again, that's going to go into the northwestern corner of Grady and then into the southern part of Mitchell County. Branchville 1039 and then the Veda area 1032. Up in northwestern Grady County and also the southern part of Mitchell County, Chris.
All right, let's go back to the Terrell County storm because, again, I don't have, on my phone, I don't have the ability to use the Americas radar, but coming off the Novacell radar site, showing some pretty strong winds and some rotation near Sasser. So Sasser being right here, there is some rotation showing up here right along Highway 82 in the Sasser area. Again, this is farther away from all the radar sites, but we are seeing some rotation in this location now as we get into Terrell County and Lee County. So we are getting some rotation starting to show here. Please seek shelter immediately in the Sasser area, also in through Leesburg. You might as well go ahead and seek shelter as well. The storms, it looks like the worst of it is past Dawson now up towards Braunwood too. So those locations as mentioned. So we're getting kind of into the Lee County, Terrell County area right here. Again, as we zoom in a little tighter, we'll see a little bit more. But again, this is an area notorious that Weather Service kind of misses. There he goes. Now we finally got the right one.
Sorry about that.
You got to figure out which one is the best. But there's the little bit of the rotation again. This is in the Sasser area. This is in through Terrell County. This is the southwest corner of Lee County. So it's to the north of you in the southwest corner, but it is coming in here towards, looks like north of Leesburg, south of Smithville and Braunwood. At Dawson, we are seeing some rotation showing up here. So this is the tornado-warned system in Sasser, just north of Leesburg, coming into your area, and Braunwood, and it is moving to the north and east. It is showing up radar-indicated tornado and hail, about nickel-sized hail. So those locations. Lee County High School, no school today, 1031. 1031 in Leesburg. Molly Dell around 1035. New Pine Grove Church at 1037. Philema 1040. Antioch Church at 1043. 1043 at Chokey. So this, again, is a tornado-warned storm. The lowest level threat when you think of tornado, but it still is going to pack a punch even if the tornado doesn't touch down. And many times, it may just touch down for a minute. Some of these tornadoes, the weaker ones, will last a minute or two. The stronger ones can last a lot longer, obviously. The one in 2017 lasted for almost 2 hours. Those are the long-lived EF2, EF3 tornadoes. But this hopefully will not be that. But we are seeing some rotation here. Here's Albany now. We're probably minutes away from seeing some of the worst weather come into our area here in the next little bit, as a squall line is just coming into the western portions of Dougherty County. And it looks like we're seeing a little rotation here, too, in the western portions of Dougherty County. There is a little bit of a rotation showing up, but no warnings as far as Albany proper being in a tornado warning at this time.
Yep, and back on down to Decatur County to those two circulations right here. Looks like either it's a Bainbridge sandwich. It looks like you got one south of Bainbridge, you got one north of Bainbridge here. The one north still looks like a little bit more impressive than the one to the south here, moving off toward the east-northeast, and it's going to be an issue for the Pelham area here, about 1045, 1050. Veda at 1031. That's the north circulation. The south circulation doesn't look as impressive as it did before, but this one will be one for more of the central part of Grady County here. If it heads over toward Fowlestown, Climax, Cairo about 1046, and then the Spence area 1052. And if it stays as an impressive circulation, it might be an issue for the northwestern part of Thomas County along the Highway 19 corridor north of Thomasville here in the next few minutes or so.
Yeah, and that rotation in Terrell and Lee County looks like it's split up a little bit. So, again, it could be just a short-lived spin-up tornado or just some strong winds, but please seek shelter in those locations if you're under a tornado warning in Lee and Terrell County, which all the county, Terrell and Lee County, are under right now.
Right.
And that will go until
10:30.
Yep. Oh, no, 11. That one goes until 11. 11 o'clock, Terrell and Lee County is still under a tornado warning. And there it is. Again, it's kind of splotchy and kind of split up, so this might just be a broad.
Yeah, I would say this whole line right here. Let's just put this whole line on guard, moving on off toward the east.
Yeah, so there are the locations, Braunwood, Leesburg, 1022, 1030, 4 in Mossy Dell, 1039, 1047 Falima and Warwick, 1058 getting into Worth County, in northern Worth County. So we've got a number of tornado warnings, a number of severe thunderstorm warnings. The entire line is minutes away from downtown Albany. We're probably, 10 minutes away from seeing the squall line move into our area. So those locations include Albany, include Putney as well. So we've had a lot of wind. We've had intense wind. Some of the wind intensity there, 72-mile-an-hour wind without any thunderstorms. That was just straight up wind howling out of the south with this very intense low. I think this morning, Madison's like, well, how can this be the same storm if it's snowing in Chicago and storming here? It is the same storm. It's just massive storm system covering a lot of area. These winter storms, mid-latitude storms, have a lot more size to them. Typically, they don't have as much strength as a hurricane or tropical storm, but this is like a large tropical storm, if you think about it, with, of course, no tropical influence. It's all winter-type influence, but there's a warm side and a severe side, and we're on that side. And then, again, we're not in that blizzard side where Chicago and some other areas have it. So here it is. Again, this is a storm that could potentially be producing some very strong winds in the Braunwood area and into Lee County as we go into Leesburg and Smithville, continue to move to the north and east at about 50 miles per hour. We are showing some areas of stronger winds, kind of coinciding with a little bit of a change in wind, but it's kind of, again, spotty. We're fighting the two radar sites, but you can see overall we are having very strong winds and heavy rainfall as well. So meteorologist Tommy Owens has also joined us. It's a big party here. It's starting to run radar as well. We really thank Dana for coming in and helping us as well. He's been working with us now for a little while, and we thank him. And he's going to probably hunker down for a little bit longer too. What's going on over there with the radar? You see anything that catches your eye, Tommy?
So let's move down further and see if we can get into Decatur County real quick. We still have those areas of rotation that we're still watching currently at this time. Currently no warning that I have seen being put out just yet, but we'll take a closer look at that watches and warnings map one more time to kind of give a better idea of what warnings that we have right now. And so we still have that one currently in Decatur County right over the city of Bainbridge. So definitely in the city of Bainbridge, this is not the time to try to venture outside. It is now the time to be in that safe spot. Do not move. This is when you want to be making all those action plans that we told you about over the last several days. This is when they come into play. You want to start using them now, and you do not want to try to be running to your safe spot at this time. So please be there already. We still have that warning still across Terrell and Lee County at this time. Overall, you can see the squall line continuing to push through the area. We can hear the heavy rain and the wind coming down here at the station. This is a very powerful system, and we've been talking about these number of tornado warnings over the last few hours that have popped up over a number of counties. One thing I would like to say is that not only if you're in a tornado warning, but if you're in a severe thunderstorm warning, it can lead to just as much damage as that tornado warning, especially with these straight line winds that are starting to come out across a number of different counties, stretching all the way from Sumter County, going all the way down into Decatur County at this time. This line is going to continue progressing further eastward here over the next few hours. And so let's go ahead and take a look at that system in Decatur County. If you're living in Decatur County, right in the city of Bainbridge, Climax, you're not quite in this, but you still want to be taking those safety precautions at this time. That is one of the most important things that you can be doing right now in this region. And so here's a closer look at what we're dealing with here. Where is this going to be headed? Where is it going to be going? You can still see a little bit of that rotation popping up on this map even as we currently speak. And so I'm going to put a track on this and continue showing exactly where this will be going. Here's a number of names that you want to be aware of, especially if you live in these areas. At 1027, we have Falston. That Fowlstown, that's going to be around 10:27 p.m. when this gets a little bit closer to you if this starts entering into portions of Grady County. Climax, you're going to be next in line, especially with the way the system is moving. We're also going to be seeing areas like Wingham. And if if you're not going to be included in this tornado warning, if it extends a little bit further eastward there, you still need to be on the watch out for those straight line winds that can be just as powerful. Now, moving a little bit further toward the north there, this is where we're still watching, like areas like Newton. We can hear it in Albany right now, the strong winds and the heavy rainfall. This tornado warning, haven't seen anything just yet based on what I'm seeing when it comes to actual confirmed tornado damage, but overall, we're still keeping an eye out for any tornadoes that could be popping up in this system. And this is something you want to be aware of. If you're in Lee County, if you're in Terrell County, now this system has now started to move a little bit out of Terrell County at this time, and so if you're still in Dawson, if you're in any of those areas like Sasser, you want to make sure that you're still in your safe spot. You have not gotten the all clear just yet. We are still under that severe thunderstorm warning, even if you're not under that tornado warning at this time, or if this system has progressed a little bit further toward the east. Here's a look closer toward Leesburg. If you are in the city of Leesburg, if you are in Century, if you're in Smithville, all these areas, do not leave your safe spot. That includes streets like Pinewood. You can see James Pond Road. We can see Palmyra Road right there. And we can also see areas like Forster Parkway. That's where you want to make sure you're staying in your safe spot and you're not trying to venture outside at this time. Beloit, Philema, you name it, these areas do not need to move out of their safe spot. You can just hear, I think you can kind of hear it in the background of this microphone, just how powerful these winds are. And just
we just have, I believe we have a reporter or a live shot outside. Is that correct? I just went outside. It's really starting to come down here in Albany.
Yes, yes.
Very heavy rainfall, very strong winds, lots of dangerous lightning. Okay, so, all right, we're going to do a live shot here in about 3 minutes, but here's the latest information coming out of southern Lee County. Here we are in Albany. We're just north and west of the sign where it says Albany at Stewart Avenue, and it's really starting to come down. But to the eastern half of Lee County, you're about to get it. It's coming right across Highway 19 as we speak.
yes. And so, like, in this area, if you can hear it through the microphones, like, it is coming down. And even this area is not in that tornado warning right now. This area is currently under just a severe thunderstorm warning, indicating the chance for these high winds that can reach all the way up to 75 miles per hour or more. That could lead to some damage. That's near hurricane force winds right there. That's how powerful these winds can be from this system. You can also indicate that heavy rainfall that could lead to any potential for flooding at any moment. This is not the time to be venturing outside to travel. You want to stay in that safe spot as long as you possibly can, because you never know when a tree limb could be snapped. You never know when some debris is going to be lifted up and come right at you, or maybe even damage anything. So you want to be in that safe spot. The most interior portion of a home, away from windows and doors, especially in a situation like this.
My understanding is we do have the live shot coming in now, so we do have the live right outside of WALB. We're looking we're looking south, so the wind is coming right at this. This is undercover right here. We do have the very strong wind. This is live, so this is not video. I was out there just a few minutes ago. I was not outside. I just cracked the door open, and it almost pulled the door out of my hands with the intensity of the wind. But what we're seeing here is probably 40, 50 mile per hour winds, wind-driven rain, torrential downpours, and it looks like, just looking on radar right now, there's a huge, very heavy batch of rain coming into the southwest portions of Albany as we speak. Look at that. That looks like a hurricane. Wow.
Yeah.
That is intense. That is by far the worst weather we had right here at 10:31. That wind gust, and the cameraman can barely hold it up. Now, he's undercover now,
yes,
so he's not right outside in the elements, but a squall line is moving through Albany, and Tommy does have a look at the radar, which is looking for at least the southwest corner of Albany a little bit more intense for sure.
Yes, this area that you're currently seeing, we're on Stewart Avenue at this time. Just not even the worst of it based on what we're seeing on radar right there. That's still a little bit further to our south, and you can see this same line of showers and storms coming through portions of Lee County. That camera is shaking. Like, I would advise you to let us be the reporter. Let us show you what's going on outside. I don't think you want to try to go outside in this. This could be a fairly bad situation. You want to make sure you're staying in your safe spot as long as you possibly can. and don't move. You do not want to be driving in this. I see one brave soul out there right now trying to make their way along Stewart Avenue there. This is just very, very dangerous situation at this time. And I know we're still keeping an eye on that tornado warning. This tornado warning still encompassing a majority of Lee County all the way until 11 a.m. this morning. Still haven't seen any updates. Now, I don't know if you have the National Weather Service pulled up
yeah,
right
I
now.
have the latest information. We did get a new severe thunderstorm warning for Crisp and Sumter County. That goes until 11:15. That tornado warning that you see there, that goes until 11 o'clock, I believe. We kind of venture that this tornado warning may have just been an area that didn't show a lot of rotation, but because of the history of it, it likely could rotate, and that goes until 11 a.m. And we still have a tornado warning here in through, looks like Miller County too, as well, and then down towards Decatur County and Grady County. Looks like, is that Grady County as we go farther south?
Mainly just in Decatur County right now.
Okay.
They're still under that severe thunderstorm warning, though, so like still opportunity for some kind of damage to move through portions of Grady and even Miller County. I think that's just the watch that we're seeing kind of coded in that red under there. But overall, the two ones that we currently just have based on what I'm seeing here on our satellite radar imagery with the watches and warnings, it's mainly going to be there in Decatur County. And currently they trimmed back that one in Terrell and Lee County. It's mainly just the eastern portions of Lee County right now. That doesn't mean, you want to just go ahead and start going outside, but at least it has been trimmed back just a little bit, kind of giving us an update. It doesn't look like they're going to extend it just yet into Worth County at this time.
Yeah, so what you're seeing is really the end of the very heavy precipitation here now starting to move out of Terrell County and into Lee County. So this is it, ladies and gentlemen. What we're experiencing right now in Albany and Leesburg up through Americus is the worst of the weather. It will improve after this. It will still be windy. We'll see maybe some rain linger for the next couple of hours, and then we'll see some clearing. So it's a very fast-moving squall line. As anticipated, this moved in right across the Flint River, Highway 19, right at 10:30, as forecasted. There were a couple outrunning storms that came in a little early for our southwestern communities, but overall, this is really shown itself as expected. We have 2 confirmed tornadoes so far. It was the same thunderstorm cell that produced them. One was near, let's see here, one was near Morgan, north and east of Morgan, and then the other one was near Arlington, south of Arlington. So those were the 2. That was the same thunderstorm cell, same tornadic, wasn't supercell, but same tornadic cell within the line of storms. And that's kind of what's venturing through Lee County that you're seeing right now. Some lightning, some gusty winds, Leesburg over towards Philema. This is where some of the worst weather is now moving into your areas, so you can see that here. New tornado warning.
They just put a new tornado warning.
And this does include
yes.
Albany now. So this is the brand new tornado warning. Includes Albany proper till 11 a.m. So you need to please seek shelter. We do have a tornado warning now for Albany, for downtown. All the way east towards East Doherty and into Worth County, just north of Sylvester. Here it is, the latest. Our graphics are outrunning the official Weather Service, so that's always good when the graphics are leading the way. This goes until 11 a.m. At 10:35, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located just over East Albany or over Albany, so it's kind of a generality. We were noting, remember I just said how intense the storms looked to the southwest of Albany, so that's probably it. And it is possible producing a tornado over East Albany or over Albany. Again, that's kind of a generality, but we do believe it's on the eastern part of the county right now. It continues to move in the general vicinity of Red Rock, Acre, Radium Springs, Sylvester Airport, South Albany, Williamsburg, Isabella, Southwest Georgia Regional Airport, and Pecan City. So there's a track for you and some locations mentioned on the timing on the track?
Some of those very, like that notable locations based on this map, we can see Pecan City around 10:36, and then East Doherty around 10:45. We can see Red Rock around 10:48, and then Gamage around 10:56 a.m. So getting closer to that 11 o'clock hour. And so this does go all the way until 11 o'clock. It looks like that they just trim it back out of downtown Albany and mainly, no, okay. I'm just seeing the colors mixing in with the deeper reds. It's getting a little very, colorful on this map out there. But overall, we're still seeing this warning across a majority of the city of Albany. You can see just how powerful this system is at this time. And just, we saw it based on that live feed earlier, just how much heavy rainfall was coming down here across the area, the sheer wind speeds, the wind gusts, the powerfulness of this system. This is going to continue moving further toward the east. And so if you're any of those areas, we were already mentioning that severe thunderstorm warning that covered portions of Worth County. You still want to remain in your safe spot if you're there, but especially if you're along, I believe that's Highway 313 right there, if I'm correct, that's around that highway territory. It's literally right above, like right next to 33, so State Route 33 there. So if you're kind of in between those areas, getting into portions of Worth County, right north of Sylvester, you want to make sure that you're just getting to that safe spot immediately at this time. Now, I want to go ahead and try to see if I could turn on velocity imagery to kind of see what we're seeing on that. But let's see. I'm going to pull a little bit closer toward this area, and
I'm looking at it. It's just the entire batch. There is a little rotation there on the east side, northeast of Albany. On our radar, that you can see that pretty good there. It's broad, though. It's very broad compared to some of what we've been seeing earlier.
No tightening just yet, but still, at any moment, we've seen opportunity for some of those tornadoes to appear on the map. I know I was looking earlier today, and I saw that one that we saw back in Florida. That was a very powerful one. It doesn't look like that one, but it is still some kind of rod rotation that is still popping up here in Doherty County that's going to continue heading eastward. So this is why they put out that warning, just in case this does get its act together and try to produce something out here in this area. But even then, we're still dealing with the high winds. We're still dealing with the heavy rainfall. So still very powerful stuff that can still lead to some kind of damage. I know even areas that weren't tornado warned, I saw some reports of trees being blown down across roads and people not being able to get where they need to be. And so we're still going to deal with some kind of damage throughout today, and I know we've already even picked up some out here across the South Georgia region. So definitely want to stay alert, stay aware, and make sure you're in your safe spot, especially in these tornado-warned areas. And again, we still have that tornado warning that's popping up in Decatur County at this time, still covering the city of Bainbridge. They're starting to trim that severe thunderstorm warning back, I believe, but this is a better idea of what we're dealing with overall. Let me go ahead and just kind of give you an idea of this as a whole. So you see these severe thunderstorm warnings stretching across the middle of the map as that line of showers and storms continues to push further eastward. That squall line is going to continue moving a little bit closer toward our central counties here over the next hour or so. You can also see there we still have that tornado warning popping up into portions of Lee County at this time, and now we saw this new one that is still going all the way for the next 20 minutes until 11 a.m. there in Doherty County, and also that one in Lee County. And then we still see the one that we get into portions of Decatur County. That one is still ongoing until around 11 o'clock as well. And so these are like 10:45, so another 4 minutes with that one. They're probably going to let that one expire here in the next couple of minutes. But the overall big picture shows that we're dealing with wind, we're dealing with rain, we're dealing with heavy rainfall here across the area. Here's a look at which way this squall line is traveling. Continue to travel toward the east. If you're living in any of these middle counties like Worth County, getting into Colquitt County, you see this now moving into portions of Mitchell County at this time. Grady County, you're starting to get in on some of these showers and storms. This line is strong. This line is powerful. You want to make sure that you are staying very attentive throughout this time. Make sure you are watching us in your safe spot on your phone. Have that TV cranked up if you need to. These are the important things that you want to be doing at this time. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at the overall. Let's see if there's any debris that's being lofted in the air.
Just an update from the Weather Service. Someone did report a 92-mile-per-hour wind north of Leesburg in Lee County. So that was a tornado-warned storm. but 92 mile per hour wind. Mesonet report of a wind gust north of Leesburg. So again, that was a tornado warned storm. Whether it was a tornado, we don't know, but it was definitely, there we go. We got the reports. Let's see if it shows up just as wind damage. There's a report of the wind, that one right there. It'll show up, it'll pick in there.
Yeah, there it is.
93 miles per hour. Personal weather station measured. So that was someone's anemometer, most likely, that picked that up. 93 mile per hour wind gusts north of Leesburg, Starksville area. That's again stronger than that's hurricane force winds.
Yes, that is very powerful. Lead to, you can already see the wind, the damage reports that we're starting to see out of this area. Numerous trees and power lines down across the county. Non-thunderstorm wind damage is what they're saying on this one, but even that's outside of what we're dealing with from that wind gust that we saw out there. So very powerful system, even in the areas where we're not getting these very extreme winds, or even where we're starting to see opportunity for some of those other areas that we're starting to see that have some kind of report. Let's check this one out of Albany to see
those are the early reports before the storms came in. I think it was a 62 and a 70 mile per hour wind.
Yeah,
I was actually out in the 62. Now, I wasn't at the airport, but I was outside just taking video. And when it blew, I did a Facebook Live, and it blew at me, and I wanted to get inside. I said 60, and it was 62 at the airport, so that was very close. But those were not even before the storms came in, a lot of that. We have a new tornado warning now.